everyone, Sophia here for my great challenge. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the day I am going to design and start building a little library, a free little library. So for those of you who don't know what it is, or maybe you've seen them but you don't know how this works, okay. The whole idea is to share your books with your neighbors or anybody who passes by your street. So what you do is that you build this little library, which is basically a box that supposedly looks like a house, but you can have any design you want, okay? It's whatever you want. And you put it in the front of your yard. Now, I checked with my town. It has to be on my side of the property, not on the median, because technically the median, which is the part of the grass with the trees that's before the walkway and then my yard starts, okay, what's on the side of the actual road, that belongs to the town. I don't have any jurisdiction over it, so I can do it on my side of the yard. Just remember that. And it can be anything. It can be a cabinet if you have an old cabinet and you just want to put it right there. It can be a mini house on a post. It can be anything you want. It doesn't matter. All it needs is a door that people can open and shelving inside for your books. So what you do is that any book that you've read and you don't want to keep, it's a problem with me, you know that, books, right? Well, I figured this would be the perfect way of letting go of books as I read them. Because you know I'm an avid reader. If you're on Instagram, you see that I post what I'm currently reading, and then I give a review, and then I tell you what I'm reading next. And then it goes on and on. I've been doing that since January. In the past, I would keep all my books, regardless of whether I liked them or not. And I had hundreds of books. And I was agonizing over letting them go, either donating them or trying to sell them or just putting them in a box on the curb. This is the best way for me to let go of my books because I let other people enjoy them. So basically what you do is that you put your books in the little library that you build. You can buy the kits if you want. I'll put all the links down below. And you put your books in there and people pass by, they open the door, they go like, ooh, I would read that, and they take the book. In exchange, technically, they're supposed to come back, not return the same book, but put a book they've read in there. So it's a book exchange. I had to close the window. It's Saturday morning. Everybody has their landscaper working on their lawn. Okay, so it's a book exchange. So people take books and then they bring books. Now, you don't have to call it My Little Library, but if you do, you need to register it on the website. Again, this link is down below. They will send you, you have to pay, I think it's $30, I'm not sure. I'll put the price right here. They'll send you a little plaque to officialize your little library, and it will place it on their map. So anybody who's looking for a little library will go on the app, and your little library would be on the map. It will be pinpointed as a local, for your town, little library. It's really, really cool. I've been using it for quite some time. I go to all of the little libraries in my area, and I've gotten quite a few books that way. And of course, I dropped off quite a few books that way as well. So it's a good way of being part of a community and doing something good. And you're recycling. Because instead of throwing away the books, like a lot of people do, you let somebody else enjoy them, and then maybe they'll bring it back to your little library, or they drop it off at another person's little library. So the books could be going around the entire town over an extended period of time. You can buy plants. There's a ton of plants available on Etsy. I'm on a budget, you know that. So I am not going to pay 25 bucks for a plant. I'm gonna come up with my own plant, which means it's gonna be all crooked, and perhaps 2 years down the road it will completely collapse on its own, but we'll see. So what I do know is that I have a cabinet downstairs that's like a medicine cabinet that I don't really use. I'm gonna use that door. and I measured the door as 24 by 15. It's a long door. So I'm going to build my little library around that particular door. That way I don't have to build a door. So I'm going to start by drawing my door. And I'm going to do it in perspective. Okay, so the door is 15 by 24. But I need to give it more space around it, so that's going to be the front part. The front part I'll figure out later on how I'm going to build it. It's going to be the last thing I build. Because I do want a frame around it. Okay, so the front part, we're going to do it 26 by 17. I'm adding 2 inches around it, okay? All right, and then I need the sides. All right, so the sides, we got one this way, one this way, okay, so the sides are going to be 26 in height, and then in depth I'm probably gonna do I gotta think, do I want to do 12? Let's do 13. Okay, so now I gotta think about the roof, and what I'm gonna do for the roof is that actually, instead of having 2 sides that are the same, I'm going to do this one, this side is going to be more like 36. And I'm going to do the roof going this way. Okay, so this is going to be 36. Let's do 38. I'm going to do a foot. All right, so I need one that's 38 by 13. That's side long, and one that is 26 by 13, and that's the side that is short. So now the roof, I'll have to figure out what size it is. And then what I'll do for the roof is that I'll put like shingles types, okay? And then inside I'll have 2 shelves, like this. So I'll be able to put regular books at the bottom, regular books on the middle, and then here that gives me room to put tall books, you know, like art books or things like that. So let me just draw it with that, like this. Okay, I'll put a framing around here. There'll be another framing around here. I have to put it on a platform like this, and then it's got to be on a post like this, and then the post, here's the ground. The post, I have to dig a hole, put the post in there, fill it with gravel and big rocks, like I did the post for my garden. Okay, and that's gonna be maintaining it. I have a lot of work ahead of me, so I don't know where I'm gonna start other than obviously I'm gonna build the sides. Now For the shelves, I just got to put those little square pegs like this. Alright, did I get you all lost already? But that's my little library. So now, there's people who do them. I'm telling you, there's so many cute ones. There's people who actually do them like houses, and they put little windows like this. There's people who do them as copies of their own house, like they do them like this, and they put a little library here, or they put like the drop box in here, and they put the front here, and they do the curved roofs. I've seen some that are just I've seen one that's like a bus. Somebody built like a bus that's like, it looks like a mailbox, and then you open it from here, but when you look to the other side, it looks like a full bus with, you know, the windows and everything. There's so many different options. So mine is going to be simple. The one thing you don't want to do is keep the roof flat, because the water will get there. Now, in areas where it's not a lot of rain, people actually put a container on top, and they do on top of the roof, and they put plants in there. There's some people who get real fancy. They put little on the sides, they put little window boxes like this, and they put plants in the window box. It's really cute, but I'm gonna keep mine super simple. So we're gonna do this design. So this is very exciting. Obviously this is just a draft. It's gonna be modified as I go, because you know me with measurements, it's gonna be a hot mess. Am I expecting to have a perfect little library at the end? No, I'm only doing this for fun. I want to be very clear that it may not work out, and I don't care. You know, I just want to build a little library, and then maybe it will last a long time, maybe it won't. If it doesn't, at some point I may end up having, you know, the funds to buy the whole kit, and then I'll take that one out and I'll put the new one on, you know, down the road. But what could possibly go wrong? It's just a box. You know, and I don't know how to do the door, so I'm using the door that I already have. Now the door is glass. That's not necessarily an issue. Depending on where you live, you want to be careful, because if you live in an area like a rural area, for instance, where there's a lot of kids passing by with the baseball bats and knocking off your mailboxes, I know that happens a lot in Ohio, and people have to put like weird structures in front of their mailboxes so that nobody knocks them out. You may want to be careful. I'm in a burb that's relatively safe. We never really have any damage being done, so I can't see anybody stopping by and wanting to break the glass. And if they break the glass, then I'll change it and I'll put it in plexiglass. Everybody around here that has a mini library like this has it with a glass panel, so we'll see what happens with that. If it doesn't work out, I'll remove it and I'll put plexiglass. I don't anticipate any issue. It's gonna be high enough that kids, little kids, are not gonna have access to the door. So, you know, we'll see. All right, let me gather my tools. Well, hello everyone. Why am I here? I'm going to build my little library in the basement. Why? Because it's raining. That's why. I have a table. I'm going to put some paper on it. This is the quilt I'm working on, by the way. I'm 70% done with the quilting. So I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to start cutting wood. So this is going to be more than one part, okay? Because there's no way I'm going to finish a little library in one afternoon. Plus I got some editing to do and other things. So what I'm probably going to focus on today is the base. And I'm doing a good job. Not one pucker, people. Look at this. I don't know if you can see the quilting. Not one pucker. I am taking my time. It's taking a long time, okay? I'm not going to lie. This quilt is taking the longest out of all the quilts I've made. But that's because I'm quilting each block separately. Alright, so this is gonna go. I'm doing a really good job with this. Okay, this is gonna go over there. I'm going to focus on the bottom part and probably the two sides and the back today. I got everything I need here. All my tools are over there, and I have a flat surface to work with. I have to glue the nails, everything, so the cutting the wood here is not the greatest, but it is what it is. Okay, this is to protect my table. And you know, I'll say it again, I'm going to keep my expectations really low because this is the first time I build something like this. I have no idea if it's gonna work out. I don't care, I just want to have fun and build a little library. And like I said in the opening of this video, if it breaks or whatever, hopefully I'll have the funds to buy the kit in a couple of years. I'm using all spare wood that I keep. You know, I keep all my wood, right? I always have wood. So I'm keeping all of that. I have my plan. And yesterday when I drew that for you, I forgot to measure the bottom part. The bottom part has to be 17 by 13. So right now I have my two sides. I have the long side and I have the short side, and they are both 16 in depth. My problem is if I use this one and stop it here as being the, I'm sorry about people walking up the stairs and down the stairs. My problem is that if I keep this as the tall one and this is the short one and I go like this, the roof incline is not very steep, and maybe you see it better from here. So that would be my roof incline. And if you look at my design, I wanted an incline that was a little bit steeper. So I'm going to drop this by 2 inches right here. Right? And that gives me this as a roof incline. So all of this is out. So I got a short side and a long side. So on the end here, I don't have enough for the bottom. It's too narrow. However, I have enough to do the back of it. And the back, if you look at this, so I have the long side here, the short side here, but I need the back to be angled because the front is going to be angled too, right? So the back, I have enough here, and I'm going to mark it as angled. And this is the back. So from this one piece of plywood, I have the short side, the long side, and the back. All right, let me get my saw. But the one thing I need to pay attention to, this is the back, it can stay flat. This is the side, I have to angle it here. And this here, I have to angle it as well. Because the roof is going to rest on those. So this can stay flat. This, I have to angle it here, and this I have to angle it here. Okay, so this is the back. Right? With the roof going this way. Alright, so that's one piece. So here are my 3 pieces, the 2 sides and the back. And here it's perfect. Right? Once it's put together, you can see that the angle is where it needs to be. Over here, not so much, but I'm probably gonna put additional pieces of strips, whatever you call them, on the outside anyway, so that will block that off. So I need to sand it and glue it together. So that's basically the inside of my little library. There's enough for books. Maybe I'll put the big books on top. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just gonna put shelves, and it's gonna be enough for 2 rows, 1 flat, 1 standing of paperbacks, and then I'll put the taller one at the bottom. This bothers me. It bothers me. I'm gonna get another piece of wood and I'm going to recut this. It just bothers me. I don't want to have something that's no good. So I'll be back. I'm gonna redo this piece of wood. It's gotta be moved up by 1 inch. Okay, not perfect, but much better. This was weird. I had to do a totally different angle, but I think it's gonna work. All right, I need to measure the bottom. Now, both of these are in front of this. So the back is inside. The width is the same. It's still 16. But I'm losing a 1/2 inch here because this is moved inside by a 1/2 inch. So the bottom part has to be 16 by 15.5. And here we go. All right, I got the basic structure. So now what I need to do is put those 3 flat, and I need to do the shelf holders. So I'm gonna do 2 shelves. 1 here and 1 about here. So for that, what I'm doing is putting all my sides flat. A large book, a hardcover, is usually 9.5. But you want to have room for people to be able to pull them out and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is 11. And the paperback is usually 7. So again, I'm going to give it a little bit more room. So we're going to put it at 8.5. And I don't have to put the book standing. They can be lying down. We'll go right here and right here. Let me get 2 books to make sure there's room. Okay, so these fit and these fit. And then when we get to this area here, I can still put 1 big one or a bunch like this or a bunch like this. And again, these can be like that or they can be this way. And I can have a whole bunch. So I think I can put probably something like 20 books in there. I only have these 2 left over, so clearly I'm not going to use the whole side of it. I'm going to cut them here and here. and here and here. So these will be straight in the back and these will go on the side, but I have to take into account a good 1/2 inch here, so they'll move up to here, and they're gonna be the shelf will be anchored anyway. Okay, let me cut those. I'll be right back. And then all I'm doing is gluing them and nailing them. So I got this excellent Tide Bond original wood glue. This thing is the best. So putting a good blob right here. I'm gonna let the glue set a little bit first, and then I'll nail them. So I'm going to start assembling, and I'm going to put the sides together first. So this goes here. This is one of the reasons why I put this piece of paper at the bottom, because I knew I was going to get a lot of glue. Okay, so this goes right here. I'm gonna have to get clamps, but for now I'm just gonna nail them. So in order to have some kind of stability here, I'm starting here with the bottom. So that's the back, and it's not fully attached. But I need something to hold everything for me, because I only have 2 hands, right? Okay, so this goes here. I gotta position it exactly where it needs to be, which is right here, and that has to be nailed. Alright, so what I'm doing basically is bringing the 2 sides together with the clamp. Okay, that's enough. I wish I had another one for the bottom, but it is what it is. It's definitely tight over here, not so much, but I can't tighten it at the bottom because I don't have another clamp. But I've sworn I have 2 of those. Let me find out. I'll go in the garage, maybe I have another one in there. Woohoo! I knew I had another one. Okay, back in business. So that one we're gonna grab over there. Make sure I tighten it. And that should bring everything nice and tight. we're gonna let the glue do its thing. There we go. Oh yeah. This is gonna be cool, guys. Okay, so there's room for books. Let's see. The big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big ones. I can also put them this way. And then this, we can do 2 rows. And then here on top, I can put some like this, because the door is not going to be, you know, super tall. Now this whole thing here is going to be on a base, and the base is going to be on the post, so that will have to get screwed into the base, and then it will have to get screwed in again into the post, and then I just got to do the roof and the door. Let's see. I have enough wood to finish this whole thing, so the roof's going to look like this. Can you see the roof from here? Should I put a light in it? I think it would look good. So the roof is going to hang over to protect it. And look at that. They did a good job. Well, it's good here. It's not great here, but I'll put a... that's fine. It was not the right angle. That's weird. But... yeah, you see? That's not the right angle. That's alright. The roof will stay where it needs to be anyway. Because it'll be anchored there. It'll be anchored nicely in the back, and over here I'll just put a bar. Because it's all going to be trimmed around anyway. Alright, let me say goodbye. This was part 1 of my little library. Whew, I'm gonna need a shower after this. I'm covered in sawdust. So what I'm gonna do is leave you at this. I have the main frame done. The next time around I'll do the roof, the base, the shelves, and maybe the front door. And then after that I'll have to decorate it. I'm thinking about putting a light. I have to find a way of getting a light that's solar powered, so that I have the solar panel on the side of the little house, and that would be cool. So in the evening it stays lit. And then for the outside, I'm thinking I still have some of my vinyl shingles, you know, the siding. I have 2 or 3 panels that were leftovers, and I'm thinking maybe I'll use them and do the size of the house, the sides of the house, the same way than my big house. So that would be cool, with white trim and a white door. Everything will be white on the inside. Or maybe I'll just paint and decorate the outside and do like florals and everything. But I think if I keep it kind of muted, it probably would look better from far away. But I'm excited about this. I'm excited about sharing my books with my neighbors, and I'm excited to have an opportunity, if people drop off books, to read some books. So the only thing I need to do after that, once it's installed, is again go on the website and pay the fee to get the little tag for my free little library and be added to the map. I think I have maybe 5 more sessions to do on this. So every week you'll have an update on the little library happenings and construction, and then the rest will be other videos. So for this week, after this, you're seeing that on Monday, I have a video on Wednesday that is how to save tomato seeds from heirloom tomatoes that I was given. They're really cool tomatoes I've never heard before, like chocolate Russian. Have you ever heard of a chocolate Russian tomato? So I'm going to, it tastes actually really good. I'm going to show you how to save seeds, and then Friday's video is a haul, a supermarket and thrift haul. We went to the 2nd Avenue thrift shop, we went to Aldi, and we went to the Chinese supermarket. So I'll show you all of the stuff that we got. And that's the plan for this week. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around, subscribe right here in the corner if you are brand new and you want to see the rest of my very simple, non-carpenter friendly little library. I just put things together. I mean, we'll see what happens with it, right? I think it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna be the best looking little library in town. There's another two, that's it. One is a real little library, they bought the kit, and then the other one is just a regular box that's like long and looks like a mailbox actually. But I'm happy with it so far. You know, I mean, I had a little eeks here and there. But if you want to watch the rest of this and you don't want to miss the next video, subscribe right here in the corner. Don't forget to click that little bell so you are notified whenever I post a new video. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at My Great Challenge. I have a Patreon channel if you want to join. It's a very tight-knit community over there. We're at the point now where we are doing a pen pal system where we're gonna write each other letters. It's a real community of very caring individuals, and if you are interested, all of my Ohio trip videos are going to be posted there during the month of September and the beginning of October. So check me out on Patreon. And then I have two Etsy shop. One is for merch, My Great Challenge gift, and the other one is Frenchie and Tubby, where I sell vintage finds that I source either on the street because I garbage pick, you know that, and you should see the stuff I found 2 weeks ago. Thousands and thousands and thousands worth of Christophe silver. Anyway, so all of that will be on Frenchie and Tubby on Etsy. Thank you for watching and sticking around, even though some of you are master carpenters and you're probably going like this, and I'm okay with it because I don't claim to know what I'm doing. So there you have it. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching.